All right, so we are close to Chad's, and I've been thinking nonstop about how awesome this thing is going to be. Let's hope he actually opens the gate for me. He's been known to just kind of let me sit there for a while. I don't know. We'll find out. If not, we're going to see if we can break in around his fence some way and try not to get stabbed by a longhorn or eaten by donkeys. We're going to wait at the gate. Yep, for sure. It's always fun when I let him know I'm here, and then I see the side-by-side slowly coming down the hill, getting within range. Open sesame, please. I love that gate. I should get my own remote, right? Don't you think? I think that's a brother item. I'm gonna do it. You know what I should do? On my way out, I'm gonna moon that camera. Better make sure Ray doesn't have access to that camera. Let's see if I can sneak that question in. Hey, here we go, here we go. I feel like there should be some kind of music playing. Ooh, puddle, puddle, puddle. We're hitting it. We're hitting it. Boom. Oh, yeah. Why do I enjoy that? I shouldn't enjoy that. I'm getting too old for that. No, you can't be too old for enjoying flying through puddles. What's that, buddy? Nux?
Good, Max.
Ah, ooh, man, you've been working on those, haven't you?
Yeah.
What are you up to today, dude?
What'd you just do?
Hey, man.
What's up?
How are you?
Good.
Good.
What'd we just do?
Hang up a camera.
Hang up a camera?
Yeah.
Is it the one down at the end of the driveway?
Creek.
Creek. Hey,
We got some deer down there.
deer down there.
Yep. So we hung a camera down there.
I got some of them deer down there back there at my place too, down.
See if we can catch more deer down there.
Deer down there.
Did you see the baby deer down there?
You got little ones with spots?
Yeah, I saw a baby.
He doesn't think
I
we're
saw the
funny.
baby deer down there in that video.
Hey, I have a question. The camera at the end of the driveway, does Ray have access to that one?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, so if her brother-in-law mooned his brother, that might not be a good thing.
So if Uncle Kyle got out and took a whiz by the camera,
I might have to text Chad and say, hey, could
Have
you...
you not went upstairs yet?
No, is that where the bathroom is?
oh well, he has a game room. We updated it yesterday.
Oh, nice.
We'll have to show him before he leaves.
Yeah, I gotta see that. I gotta steal some stuff from Dad
It's
first,
too
though.
cool, so you gotta see it now.
Oh, of course. Anything cool you want to send with me?
Where are you going?
See you later.
Stand in the shade.
Showing him
Hey, Ray.
upstairs.
Well, we'll probably load this. We'll load this thing real quick, and then we'll show him around.
Sound good?
We need to show him. Hey, be careful. There's bale spears and spikes.
I need some of your energy, man. I'm gonna take you back with me.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Dude, I'm digging the shorts.
Thanks, man.
Those match my 4th of July shorts
Oh,
every
you got a
year.
fur cut.
Let me see it. Where? Which one? Dude, look at you. Woo, boy. You ready for this heat wave today?
Dude, Uncle Kyle, stand next to him though. It's kind of annoying.
Dude, I can't even. Man, you're gonna have. How old are we
Yours
now?
is clean. I washed it
You're
when I got it.
25? You're 25?
15, man. I'm getting old.
You're growing more facial hair than I could at 24.
Right.
I kid you not.
Uncle Kyle just got the beard last week.
Case,
Yeah, well, the glue
are
only
you
lasts for a week,
surprised
so.
that you're older than one of my friends that knows how to drive? I'm pretty sure.
One of his friends knows how to drive. And he's older than
Process it.
him.
What does he know how to drive, dude? A car?
You mean her?
Her.
Who
Okay.
is it? You got an older girlfriend? That boy.
Uh,
She paid the bills.
And she drives?
She paid the bills. Say someone got to take me to Brahms.
she's not an adult.
Oh, okay.
Okay, alright.
We're gonna load this. Will you stand with Case in the shade real quick?
Yeah.
Why you guys all got black on when it's sunny and hot out?
Because I live in my room.
Oh, okay.
You're talking to,
You didn't plan on coming out
He
here?
lives in his
talking to
room,
Batman.
basically.
I'm
'cause
Batman.
he's been
Adler.
in- 'cause he's basically been chilling in his room.
Adler gets all black
1 billion,
because
1 trillion, 1 trillion, 1 trillion days.
He's counting to 1 trillion, 1 trillion, 1 trillion,
be
1 trillion.
so the people at Woodland Mills, the good, gracious people. And by the way, folks know that Dad is going to need some help over the next few weeks.
Yep.
And Woodland Mills and Lane Shark, who I also work with, have been helping us. Like, I don't have to like rush stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's also 115 degrees.
It is a hot time to be doing this
And
stuff.
they sent me a hoodie. I got to see if it's in here. But
No,
if they sent
no,
it-
you don't.
If they send it to me, I need you to do whatever you do in the
hoodie.
in 115 degrees.
I think the heat index is like 102 today.
Yep.
Yeah,
If
speaking
you do a
of,
good enough job, I can probably talk them into sending you a hoodie.
I thought you were gonna say sawmill.
Well, they'll hook us all. I mean,
Pretty much the same thing, right?
Well, we actually have subscribers that work for Woodland Mills that were ecstatic when they heard we were going to work with them.
That's fantastic.
So, I personally kind of need a wood chipper.
Okay.
So I thought
So
maybe
we
we'd
graduate.
bug you.
All right.
Yeah, we'd bug them for you. So we'll see, but we got to make this
Dude,
awesome. And they don't.
It's
not
gonna
about
be.
how many we sell. They just want to see. They want to see them work.
Well,
they
I-
want to see them. And I told her, I said, between my brother and I, we grow stumps daily.
Yeah.
And did you tell everybody why we leave the stumps 3 or 4 feet high right now?
Yeah. Because you guys all comment and we like to annoy you. That's not even funny. No, we leave them up that high so that when we're working and cleaning up and all that stuff, you got to know where they're at. And if you grind them down and you're pulling a box blade or a rake or something, you want to tear up your equipment, just run over all that stuff with the tractor. So I have started cutting some of mine down, but I just dropped like, I don't even know, 10 or 11 trees. And one of them, the trunk is easily 30 inches across, maybe 28, probably 10 feet. So we're gonna put it through its paces. What's that?
Well, I'm covering some information, but obviously this is Woodland Mills, who we got it from. But see, they know us so well, they sent 2 sets of carbide teeth. So
Do you think?
I'm going to send you with one, and then I'm going to keep one.
Yeah,
That
you
way-
probably should, because I'll be tempted to just keep replacing them and keep going.
Well, I'm sure there's a learning curve.
So
And,
I would assume if I got like rocks down around the base of the stump, probably try to get those out before going to grind. Okay.
It is not a rock grinder. Now, these are carbide teeth.
Yeah.
So, they're going to they'll break rocks. So
Okay.
you got to be careful. But the idea is the 20 acres we just left.
Yeah.
If I had a stump up front, there's no rocks. There's none. It was a dirt track. People
That
know
is
that now. It was a motocross track.
Well, and I remember when you were cutting those down, and then you had the skid steer out, and I came and drove it. I forgot about that. Yeah, you had dirt, man.
Well, they had dirt 12 feet high all the way across the property.
Yeah.
So we just smoothed it all out.
Yeah, you did a lot of work
We could
out
run
there.
the auger to dig a fence post, and it would pull my tractor down because it would just keep digging.
Just super dense dirt, no
Super
rock.
dense dirt. So anyway, if you have dirt like that, obviously you can get away with it. I wouldn't want to gum it up.
I don't have dirt like that anywhere.
But I would definitely, in my opinion, this stump right here, like this, well, that's a tree. It'll be a stump. But
We see in stumps.
if it was me, which all these are going to be gone, I want to be able to mow this.
Yeah.
If it was me, I would see how, if I take that like 2 or 3 inches off the ground with my chainsaw,
Yep.
I'm still going to be below the concrete pad.
Yep.
So I don't need to take it all the way to the dirt.
I'm looking for 3.75 inches or below, because that's what I run my mower at. Yeah, so I'm like, if I can get over that, because what I did was I took my brush cutter around and I mowed with it, and I did not move any rocks. So I blew them up, but they're all shorter than 3 3/4
Did
inches.
you know if you hit a big enough stump with your brush hog, it'll actually make the blades tip, and then it'll write its name in the depth of the nose. You'll see spar.
I have beat that thing to pieces more than I ever thought I would. I think it was after I talked to you, and you were like, dude, most people are on their 4th or 5th brush cutter by their 2nd
Well,
year.
yours came with your tractor.
Yeah.
I had to buy one, so that's why I bought I call it a beater. I did. I bought one I can just.
That's what I probably should have done, because mine was brand new, and I've torn. It's a worker though. It's blown up a
Sometimes
lot
when
of
I trap
rocks.
Raccoons, I just back up with my.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah, we only have 6 guineas. What do you think happened to the first 6? That's
Careful
not.
where you sleep.
Yeah, don't do that. So I am super stoked about this. This does go on the back of the PTO of the tractor, which
And
means.
this is the double flywheel. This is as good as it gets and as big as it gets.
Okay.
I've seen very few of these on the interweb.
All right. I'm super stoked about this, man. I don't know why. I like new toys and tools and
Well,
attachments.
and it really helps me. So when you reached out, I was like, yeah, absolutely. Because with having to, work around schedules right now and things like that,
Yeah.
it helps me. And I told them, they were super awesome to work with. But I
Good.
told them when I reached out, hey, Dad has a channel, so does brother.
Awesome.
This is going to run through the family, and she was like, more the merrier.
Well, I appreciate it. I will absolutely help with that. You just wanted me to take it so I'd put it together for you, and then it's
Yeah.
ready to go when I get it back?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you know there's instructions in there that I will actually read, too.
There is?
Yeah, I hope.
I just get on YouTube University.
Yeah, that's how I follow up, but I got to read the fine print first. All right, well, we're going to see if
I
we
have to
can...
get the instruction book because it's by my nightstand. I read it. And I wasn't quite done reading. That's why I haven't put it together
You
yet.
wanted to do a second pass in case you missed anything?
I got the digital copy on Amazon Nook if you need that too. Kindle, Nook, what are they called?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't read those things.
I don't read digitally either.
Yeah.
Well, time to scratch your truck bed.
Yeah, well, I've got that fancy carbon fiber bed that they say won't scratch or dent or something. I don't really
I
know.
had a bale spear do it.
We're going to test it today, I can tell you that. I'm learning the Chad way. Hang on. No, don't. You can't mess me up. Oh, I lost it. So it's on the metal here. Will it slide off of those forks?
If you tip the forks.
Enough?
Yeah.
All right. Woo! It is heavy. High enough?
Now, tip it this way. A little more. You have forks at home, right? So we should probably spin this when you get it in.
Oh, crap.
One move. Make it level and straight up.
Never supposed to get under the loader.
I didn't.
Tip it.
Yep. You'll just hit the pallet now, so. Back up.
You need the tractor or me?
Probably you. I'm just trying to. Can we get that up there? Pivot it.
Pivot.
Better?
I think that'll do it right there. Well, it's always a fun time over there at Chad and Ray's, and I think I stuck around for, I don't even know, 2 or 3 hours after that, just kind of hanging out. And quite honestly, I was just sitting there looking at the pool. It was like 100 degrees. Like, we could just get in the pool. I've got the tractor warming up. I'm gonna bring it over. We'll get this out and see how hard it is to put it together. If I'm being honest, I think Chad saw me coming. He saw me coming and thought, well, hey, I don't want to assemble it. I don't want to look at the instructions, but I know a guy that doesn't mind doing that. Enter me. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit terrifying. I should have moved the truck because my tractor was on the side of the hill, kind of leaning to the right. You could see my right fork was lower than my left. Once I got the weight up on the forks, I could feel my back left tire not wanting to be on the ground. It was very nice of Chad to take all this plastic off for me so it wasn't flapping down the interstate. One of us, now it was only on my property for one night in the back of my truck, and I have had mice in the back of my truck, especially with all the hay and grain that falls out in there. But somebody, Chad, you might need to keep an eye on mice out at your place. So one of us had some mice get in here. I'm blaming you. And if I brought them here from your place, I'm gonna catch 100 of them and bring them back. Thanks, man. My assumption is, and you know what assuming does, but my assumption is there is a PTO shaft in here. The PTO shaft I have for my rotary cutter would be way too long. Uh-oh, it's gonna be manual time. PTO booklet, warning, read before using. Don't worry, I will. And Chad, I will interpret for you. This is actually a chainsaw holder. Very excited about that, because when I take my chainsaw out with my tractor, it's in my lap. So check this out. I put the laser on the end of that spindle, pointed it over here, and you can see my green dot. So I know we are at the same height. And now I will measure to see if that PTO shaft is gonna work without trimming it. My tractor does have less power at the PTO than Chad's, so whether or not I set him up properly when I give it back to him, we'll find out. All right, guys, I gotta admit, getting it all set up, kind of looking like, golly, for me, guys, that was every bit of 2.5 hours. Now, I did have a little mishap with the PTO shaft. I ran into some hiccups. And you know me, I read everything and I've got to comprehend it, and I have no former background or knowledge in any of this stuff other than what you've seen us do out here over the last couple of years. So the stump that we're going to be testing first is just a little easy one. I'm not even sure. I think this was a black cherry if I remember right. My biggest problem is going to be I've got rocks. So I'm really not looking to get this one down into the dirt. This one I really just want to get my bearings with the grinder itself. The instructions on the stump grinder tell you to take no more than about 2 inches at a time. And that's specifically with your softer woods. So they very specifically in the manual listed oak and some of the other hardwoods, and that you only want to be taking off about 1 inch at a time. That way you're not jarring the machine a little too hard. And it does have a little sway to it. So you've got to keep an eye on that, make sure that it doesn't go out so far that it is going to extend your PTO and pull the two pieces apart. You know, if you guys are used to this kind of stuff, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you're not, let's just see how it works, because that's where I'm at and I'm excited. Okay, first impressions. That was extremely impressive. It had even more power and was way faster than I anticipated. I still don't know exactly what kind of tree that was. It seemed pretty soft if I had to guess, plus it was probably only 7 or 8 inches in diameter. But look at what it did, guys. That is excellent. And quite honestly, in this part of the land, I will probably leave that the way it is, because all I'm looking for is the ability to mow and brush hog and drive over it with the tractor. But this is capable of going up to 6 inches below ground level. However, because we're so rocky out here, I've got to be smart. I have pulled root balls from big oaks up out of the ground, and they will have rocks the size of bowling balls embedded in the root ball. So obviously I don't want to go that far down and just tear up these bits. I want to be smart about what stumps I'm taking out, how far they need to go down, and why. Basically, mowability. I don't want to trip over them, all that good stuff. One thing that I did notice, there are procedures in the manual. It does tell you exactly how to do this, going from right to left, and you want to be driving forward over the stump. You can see that the tooth protrudes just a little bit outside the disc that it resides on. So when I back up over the stump, I am getting a little bit of chop, but it definitely is more effective when you're pulling forward because those teeth are on the inside of the disc. Definitely a lot of learning to do. I am not a professional. I just want you guys to see what it's like for an amateur homesteader, farmer, city person gone country. I wanted you to see what it looks like if you go by one of these Woodland Mills WG24 stump grinders. That thing's a little powerhouse. I'm very impressed with it. What I noticed right out of the gate is visibility is a little bit funky, a little bit difficult, especially as you're trying to pull over the stump. You can't really see where your center of the disc is. You can kind of see over here, or I can lean out this way and see here, but that's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. Not a fault of the stump grinder, because this is way better than having to push one around. So amateur, novice, this is my first time ever running a stump grinder, or even seeing one in person, if I'm gonna be real honest. All right, the rain is now starting to come down again, even though it's still not forecasted. I don't know where this is coming from. But you can see, guys, this is a hard old oak. And I obviously need a lot more practice with this. And you are supposed to cut from this side, this direction, because the wheel is spinning this way. And that obviously, my visibility is technically on the opposite side of the disc. So I'm still gonna have to figure that out. But it is gonna take a little bit of practice, but you can see, I mean, you saw how tall that thing was before we started, and she's pretty much almost level with the ground. That is one heck of an implement. It is a little bit time consuming. You gotta be patient with it. It is a brutal process. You know, you saw there were times that if I got a little too much meat, or if I was too far over trying to take too much at once, you know, it'll really get your tractor shaking, and it'll actually bog the engine down more so than it does with like the brush cutter when you're running through thick stuff. But it makes sense. I mean, it's got 34 carbide teeth on it, and they're just chomping through some hard oak like that.
very excited about it. Plus, you do this one time and you're done. You never have to worry about it again. So definitely gonna take some practice. There is a learning curve. So again, guys, huge shout out to Woodland Mills. This is their WG24 stump grinder, and they partnered with Chad. Chad's my brother. They said, hey, yeah, if you wanna let your brother, your dad, whoever use it, go for it. So Chad let me do the initial setup. So it was really nice going out there seeing Chad and the boys and Ray. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna get better at this, and I'll show you some more of the stumps that I get ground off of Shady Acres. Well, guys, I love and appreciate you. Thank you for coming by. Thanks for coming along on this journey with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Get it. Get it. It's gonna get away. It's gonna get away. I can hear it flapping. Whoop. You want me to throw it on the grill or anything? Like salt and pepper? We could spruce it up a little bit.